Charles law. Charles studied the relationship between volume and temperature of a given mass of gas at constant pressure. In his experiment, Charles observed that for a given mass of gas, if temperature was increased at constant pressure, the volume will also increases. If temperature decreases, the volume will also decreases. And he also found that at constant pressure, for every 1 degree centigrade change in temperature, the volume will also be changed by 1 by 273th of its volume at 0 degrees centigrade. That means volume is increased by 1 by 273th of its volume at 0 degree centigrade if temperature is increased by 1 degree centigrade, or the volume is decreased by 1 by 273th of its volume at 0 degree centigrade if temperature is decreased by 1 degree centigrade. It means, suppose, for example, for a given mass of gas, the volume of a given mass of gas at 0 degree centigrade, let it be V0. The volume of the gas, for a volume of the given mass of gas at 0 degree centigrade is 0. Now, if temperature was increased to 1 degree centigrade, the volume will also increase by V0 by 273. If 10 degree centigrade was increase of temperature, then the volume will be plus V0 by 273 into 10. Similarly, if temperature was decreased to 10 degrees centigrade, that is at minus 10 degrees centigrade, the volume will be V0 minus V0 by 23 into 10. At minus 273 degrees centigrade, the volume of the gas will be V0 minus V0 by 273 into 273. It means V0 minus V0, that is equal to 0. At minus 273 degrees centigrade, the volume of any gas will be 0. That means before reaching this temperature, almost all gases or change into another state. They may be converted into a liquid state or they may be converted into a gaseous state. So this temperature is said to be, this minus 273 degrees centigrade temperature is said to be absolute zero temperature. Absolute zero temperature. Now let us study the Charles law, how he derived the relationship between volume and temperature. Now, at 0 degree centigrade, let the volume of the gas is V0. At T1 degree centigrade, if volume is V1, this V1 will be equal to V0 plus V0 by 273 into T1. It will be V0, if you take it common, 1 plus T1 by 273. 1 plus T1 by 273, or V0 into 273 plus T1 degrees centigrade by 273. Similarly, at T2 degrees centigrade, if volume is V2, this V2 will be equal to V0 into 273 plus T2 degrees centigrade by 273. Now, if you compare these two values, this is V1 is equal to V0 into 273 plus T1 by 273, and V2 is equal to V0 into 273 plus T2 by 273. Then V1 by V2 is equal to V0 into 273 plus T1 by 273 by V0 into 273 plus T2 by 273. Now on cancelling, 273 will be cancelled. Then V1 by V2 is equal to 273 plus T1 by 273 plus T2. These two are degrees centigrade. Now for degrees centigrade, if you add 273, then it will be equal to its absolute temperature. So 273 plus T1 degrees centigrade can be written as capital T1, and this will be written as capital T2. Therefore, V1 by V2 is equal to T1 by T2, or V is directly proportional to capital T. This is Charles' law. So according to Charles' law, at constant pressure, the volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. At constant pressure, the volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. This is Charles' law. This will be the mathematical form of Charles' law. Another form of Charles' law is V1 by V2 is equal to T1 by T2, or V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. You can write the same thing as V1 by V is directly proportional to capital T, where T is absolute temperature, or V is equal to K into T, where K is a constant. That is, V by T is equal to K constant. Therefore, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. This is another form of Charles' law. So Charles studied the relationship between the volume of the gas and to its temperature at constant pressure. He has taken certain amount of gas. Certain amount of gas means its mole number is constant. And he studied its change of its volume at constant pressure. And he observed at constant pressure, if temperature was increased, volume is also increasing. If temperature is decreasing, volume is also decreasing. Now the question is, at what proportion that increase and decrease are happening? For that he said that For every 1 degree centigrade increase of temperature, for every 1 degree centigrade increase of temperature, the volume of the gas will also increase by 1 by 273th of its volume at 0 degrees centigrade. That means the increase or decrease of the gas is with respect to its volume at 0 degrees centigrade. For example, now the room temperature is 24 degrees centigrade. So now the volume of the gas may be 2 liters or 3 liters. But for the same gas, at same pressure, it may not have same volume at 0 degrees centigrade. So now we have to bring this gas to 0 degrees centigrade. From its that volume, with respect to that volume, 1 by 273th of increase or decrease is happen when if you increase or decrease the temperature. So, in his observations he found that for every 1 degree increase of temperature, the volume will also be increased by 1 by 273th of its volume at 0 degrees centigrade. Now by basing on that his observation, we have derived this formula. Let certain amount of gas at 0 degree centigrade occupies V0 volume. Now we have increased the temperature to T1 degree centigrade. Then at T1 degree centigrade, let the volume is V1. This V1 will be equal to V0, which is the volume of this gas at 0 degree centigrade. Plus there is an increase of temperature, T1 degree centigrade increase is there. So V0 by 273 into T1 is the total increase of the gas. So initial volume is V0 plus increase is V0 by 273 into T1. So the sum will be equal to V0 into plus T1 by 273, and it will be V0 into 273 plus T1 by 273. This is V1 at T1 degrees centigrade. This is the volume of the gas at T1 degrees centigrade. Then at T2 degrees centigrade, the volume V2 will be V0 into 273 plus T2 by 273. So this is V1 and this is V2. These are the two expressions, equation 1 and equation 2. And dividing equation 1 with equation 2, V1 by V2 is equal to V0 into 273 plus T1 by 273 by V0 into V0 273 plus T2 by 273. So V0 cancel, 273 270 cancel. Then V1 by V2 is equal to 273 plus T1 degree centigrade by 273 plus T2 degrees centigrade. For centigrade scale, if you add 273, you will get temperature in Kelvin scale, that is T Kelvin, capital T. This absolute temperature is denoted with capital T. So 273 plus small T1 degree centigrade will be T1 Kelvin, and 273 plus small 2 degree centigrade will be T2 Kelvin. That is V1 by V2 is equal to capital T1 by capital T2, that will be, or V is directly proportional to capital T. It means at constant pressure, the volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. That's why we should take only absolute temperatures while studying the gas laws. In problems, you may have degree centigrade temperature in degree centigrade. But what the thing that you have to do is, immediately you should change the temperature into Kelvin scale whenever you are using these laws, gas laws, whatever the gas law is using. When you are using temperature in the problem, you should consider that temperature in Kelvin scale only, not in centigrade scale, because all these laws are governed by absolute temperature only. Then only these formulas will be applied or applicable. So according to this, at constant pressure for a given mass of gas, the volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature. V is directly proportional to capital T, where T is the temperature in Kelvin scale, or V is equal to K into T, where K is a constant, or V by T is equal to K. constant. That means V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. This is another form of Charles' law. So, Charles studied the behavior of gases, particularly the relationship between volume and temperatures at constant pressures. In his observations, Charles found that for every 1 degree centigrade increase of temperature, the volume of the gas will also increases. This increase is 1 by 273th of its volume at 0 degree centigrade. Suppose now we have a gas in room temperature, now 24 degrees centigrade. Now I have a gas with 2 liters volume. This 2 liters volume may not be 2 liters at 0 degree centigrade. It may be less than 2 liters. So if that is the exact amount, in that amount 1 by 273th is the increase or decrease that takes place for a change in temperature for every 1 degree centigrade. From this, he proved that the volume of the gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Absolute temperature means if you add 273 to centigrade scale, you will get the temperature in Kelvin scale. Let us do some problems basing on this. Before that, let us see the graphical relationship between volume and temperature according to Charles' law. If we plot a graph between volume and absolute temperature, this is volume. If temperature was plotted against volume, it will go like this. But if you take temperature in centigrade scale, there also you will get a straight line, but it will not go through origin. This is temperature in degree centigrade and this is volume. And this straight line here, if temperature is absolute scale, it will go through origin. That means it become absolute 0, volume will become absolute 0 when capital T is 0. But when centigrade scale, if it is 0, it is not equal to 0 volume. So it will touch us. That means the volume will become 0. Sorry. This is what. మళ్ళీ చెప్తా. Now let us observe the graphical representation of Charles' law. Now here I have two graphs. In this first graph, I have plotted volume of the gas with absolute temperature, whereas in this graph, I have plotted the volume of the gas at centigrade temperature. In both the cases, I got a straight line. The difference is, when temperature is taken in absolute scale, it goes to origin. That means the volume of the gas will become 0 when temperature will become 0. That's why it goes through origin. In centigrade scale, the volume is not equal to 0 when temperature is 0 degrees centigrade. So the volume will become 0 at this point, that is at minus 273 degrees centigrade. Then the volume of the gas is become 0. So if you extend this straight line will touch us this axis at minus 273 degrees centigrade. This is the difference between volume and temperature graph in absolute scale and in centigrade scale. In both the cases, there will be a straight line because it is directly proportional. But when temperature is taken in absolute scale, the straight line goes through origin. That means volume will become 0 when temperature is 0 degrees centigrade. But in this case, here, the volume is not equal to 0 at 0 degrees temperature, centigrade temperature. The volume will become 0 at minus 273 degrees centigrade. In both the cases, they are straight lines. Since volume is directly proportional to temperatures. Actually, it is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc volume at 27 degrees centigrade. Then what is its volume? At 127 degrees centigrade at same pressure. So certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc volume at 27 degrees centigrade at same pressure or at same constant pressure. If temperature was increased to 127 degrees, what will be its volume? We know according to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to its absolute temperature, or V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. If any problem, if it is at constant pressure, it indicates that we have to follow Charles' law. Now, initial volume. V1 is equal to 250 cc. Initial temperature T1 is equal 127 degrees centigrade, 27 degrees centigrade. Immediately what you have to do, you should convert into absolute scale, that is to add 273 to it, and it will be 300 K. Because it's of no use keeping temperature at centigrade scale. Immediately what you have to do, you should add 273 to centigrade scale. Now, final volume. V2 is equal. You have to find out final volume. Then final temperature. T2 is equal to 127 degrees centigrade. Here also immediately you have to add 273. So 273, this will be 400 K. Therefore, according to Charles' law, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So on cross multiplication, V1 into T2 is equal to V2 into T1. Then V2 is equal to V1 T2 by T1. So V1 is equal to 250 cc and T2 is equal to 400 by T1 is equal to 300. So 425s, 250s are 1000 by 3, that is equal to 333.33. This will be the final volume of the gas. Final volume of the gas. See, once again I will explain you this problem. Certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc volume at 27 degrees centigrade. What is its volume at 127 degrees centigrade at same pressure? So keeping pressure constant, the temperature of the gas was increased to 127 degrees centigrade. So automatically its volume will increase. So to what extent the volume is going to be increased? So here initial volume is V1, that is 250 cc. Initial temperature is T1, that is called 27 degrees centigrade. It will be equal to 300 K because you have to add 273 for centigrade scale to get absolute scale. Then final volume, you don't know, you have to find out. Then final temperature is 127 degrees centigrade plus 273, that will be equal to 400 K. Now according to Charles' law, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2, or V2 is equal to V1 T2 by T1, that is 250 into 400 by 300. So it will be 1000 by 3, that is equal to 333.33. That will be the final volume of the gas at 127 degrees centigrade. Calculate the volume of given mass of gas at 327 degrees centigrade if it occupies 500 cc at 227 degrees centigrade. 227 degrees centigrade at same pressure. So here we have another problem. In this problem, they are asking the volume of the gas at 327 degrees centigrade. They are asking what will be the volume of the gas at 327 degrees centigrade, provided if same gas occupies 500 cc at 227 degrees centigrade. So the same gas is occupying 550 cc at 227 degrees centigrade. So at 227 degrees centigrade, the volume of the gas is 500 cc. Now they are asking what is its volume at 327 degrees centigrade. So initial volume V1 is equal to 500 cc, and at that volume the temperature T1 is 227 plus 273, that will be 500 K. So now they are asking volume of this gas V2, you have to calculate it. At temperature T2, they are giving as 327 plus 273, this is 600 K. So at same pressure, that means constant pressure. Let us apply Charles' law. If it is constant pressure, if they are asking the relationship between volume and absolute temperature, you need not think about it. It's definitely you have apply Charles' law. There is no other way. So according to Charles' law, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2, or V2 is equal to V1 into T2 by T1. So V1 is equal to 500, T2 is equal to 600 by T1 is equal to 500. So 600 cc. So the same gas which occupies 500 cc at 227 degrees centigrade will occupy 600 cc when temperature was raised to 327 degrees centigrade. So here once again I explain. certain amount of gas, calculate the volume of the given mass of gas at 327 degrees centigrade if it occupies 500 cc at 227 degrees centigrade. Here we have certain amount of gas, and this gas is occupying 500 cc volume at 227 degrees centigrade. Now they are asking what is its volume at 327 degrees degrees centigrade. Now V1 is equal to 500 cc at temperature T, that is 227, that is 500 K, it occupies 500 cc volume. Now at 327 K degrees centigrade, that will be equal to 600 K. What is its volume? So according to Charles' law, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2, or V2 is equal to V1 into T2 by T1, because in cross multiplication V1 into T2 by V2 into T1. So we require to calculate V2. So V2 is equal to V1 into T2 by T1. So V1 is equal to 500, T2 is equal to 600, and T1 is equal to 500. 500 cancel, and you will have 600. So the volume of the gas is 600 cc. Now here we have another problem. See, certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc at 25 degrees centigrade. Certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc at 25 degrees centigrade. If temperature is doubled in degrees centigrade, what is its volume at constant pressure? So keeping the pressure constant, temperature was doubled in centigrade scale. Temperature was doubled in centigrade scale means initial temperature is 25, that means final temperature will be 50 degrees centigrade. Final temperature will be 50 degrees centigrade. So initial volume V1 is equal to 250 cc. Initial temperature T1 is equal to 25 plus 273, that is equal to 298 K. 298 K. And final volume V2 you have to find out at temperature T2, that is temperature in centigrade scale, it was doubled. That means initial temperature is 25, it was doubled in centigrade, means T2 is equal to 50 degrees centigrade plus 273. So it will be 323 K. So if it is doubled in centigrade scale, it doesn't mean that was doubled in absolute scale. There is a lot of difference. Doubled in centigrade scale is absolutely different from doubling in absolute scale. So centigrade scale it was doubled. So initial is 25, final will be 50 degrees centigrade. For both the cases you have to add 273 commonly. That's why doubling is not doubled in Kelvin scale. 25 was doubled to 50, but in Kelvin scale it is 298 to 323 only. So you should carefully observe this. It's constant pressure. So you have to apply Charles' law. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2, or V2 is equal to V1 into T2 by T1. V1 is equal to 250 into T2 is equal to 323 by T1 is equal to 298. So simplify this. On simplification, it will be equal to 270.9 of cc. 270.9 cc, it's approximately 271 cc. Certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc volume at 25 degrees centigrade. If temperature is doubled in centigrade scale, what will be its volume at constant pressure? So, volume will be increased from 250 cc to 270 cc only. Doubling in centigrade scale is almost different from doubling in absolute scale. Now, let us change this problem just to find out the difference. Let us change the doubling in absolute scale. Let us say for the same problem, if temperature is doubled in now I am taking the same problem just to understand for your sake, just I am taking the same problem. Certain amount of gas occupies 250 cc at 25 degrees centigrade. At constant pressure, if temperature is doubled in absolute scale, what is its volume? What is its volume if temperature is doubled in absolute scale? Now, here, just now I will do this problem here. Initial volume is V1. So, V1 is equal to 250 cc. T1 is equal to 25 plus 273, that is 298. Now, temperature T2 is equal to, it was doubled, that means 2 into 298. Then what is the volume? V2. For the same problem, here the temperature was doubled in centigrade scale. Now I am doubling the temperature in absolute scale. What is the difference? So here also V2 is equal to V1 T2 by T1. So V1 is equal to 250. T2 is equal to 2 into 298 by T1 is equal to 298. So 298 cancel. Then V2 is equal to 2 into 250, that is equal to 500 cc. Temperature doubled in absolute scale, the volume will also be doubled. If temperature was doubled in absolute scale, volume of the gas will become from 250 to 500. That means volume is doubled. If temperature is doubled in absolute scale, volume will be doubled, but not in the case of centigrade scale. If temperature was decreased in centigrade scale, doubled in centigrade scale, the volume will not be doubled. The volume will be doubled only when temperature in Kelvin scale or absolute scale was doubled. That is the difference in the two parameters.